Hi, and welcome to the VAHOMA podcast, episode 27. I'm Tim Abbott. With me is Bret Phillips, aka Bert. Bert, say
Hello?
hi. Thank you.
I said hi.
HM is with us.
Hello.
We have Zoom Demon
Hello.
and Chris Mason.
Hello.
Alright, well, on this episode, we're basically don't have a lot to talk about. Just basically what we've been playing over the past month. And some stuff that's coming up, our excitement levels, maybe some news that we might have heard about Destiny 2, because I haven't heard anything, but I know Chris has probably. And we'll go from there. So, who wants to go first? Don't all jump at once. Bert, go ahead and tell me what you've been playing.
Well, I wasn't at the last one, but last recording, but over the last 2 months, I've been trying to slog my way through some games that I had started or games that I hadn't started yet, and before Destiny 2 came out, and I made it through the first BioShock, and that was pretty fun.
Would you kindly give me your opinion on that?
It was pretty good. It
Pretty good. One of the best games of all in the last 10 years.
Yeah. I wouldn't say one of the best games I've ever played, but it was very good.
Keep in mind, 10 years ago was the bee's
Well, that's
knees.
true.
You're about a decade behind.
Yeah, that is true.
You're comparing it to stuff more current.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but like I said, it was very entertaining. It was a good story. I had trouble with some aspects of it. Obviously, it's a city that they've just built underneath the ocean in the 1950s. But other than that, if I ignore that part, it was very good. So I was entertained. Sorry.
I was gonna say you could say we spoil this, but there's somebody on this other chair over here that has never played it. So, as I stare at him,
I haven't. I installed it last week, and I haven't started it. So
progress.
Okay.
still waiting. Progress. Yes.
BioShock 2, I feel like I'm about 40% of the way through. I think. I feel like I am. I like the character that you play as in the second one a little bit better, but I'm having trouble with that one as far as like I clear an area and before I can even I've killed all the enemies in the area and I go into a room and then I come back out and there's like a whole bunch more enemies that have just popped up back in the area and I'm just like, no, you guys are dead. Stay dead. I want you to stay dead. So it's taking me, and I'm like Chris. I like to go everywhere inside of a level. I don't, cut corners and just follow the story. So I like to go everywhere and try to do everything. And because I'm having to re-kill all these guys, which is incredibly annoying, a lot more annoying than I thought it would ever be. I'm like my progress has ground to a halt. Like I haven't even played it in the last 3 weeks because I'm just like, I don't really want to kill those guys again. I don't know. It's weird. I'm weird. I'm weird about that game, but it's fun. I would like to finish it, but I'm probably not going to before September 6th.
Well, the team that made BioShock did not make BioShock 2. So.
Okay.
They made Bioshock
But
Infinite.
which
I
is
like the
amazing.
weapons better. I like the weapons better in number 2 than I did in number 1. And like
My
I said,
turn,
I
Ed,
also like.
I'm waiting for you to get to Infinite because
Me too.
Infinite, I think you're gonna like Infinite a whole lot more.
Yeah, that's what I've heard from one of my guys at work. He says that the third one is the best. So, like I said, I was trying to force my way through, but then I kind of got distracted by Formula One 2016, which I got back into that real hardcore because we're in the middle of the Formula One season, and Formula One 2017 comes out on Friday, and I will be picking that up.
I always say we have got to be the only podcast that talks about Formula One game, the video game.
Formula One, made by Codemasters. Do yourself a favor, pick it up. Great racing game.
Codemasters is a great company. Anyways, good job, Bert. Asian M, you and Chris have been playing the same thing. So, which one do you want to talk about?
I mean, there are a few things that I've played that are not the same
Oh,
as him.
okay.
But it's the
Well,
same
what have you
stuff I
played?
think that I was playing the last time. I mean, I've been working on Dead Island on my 360 because, like Bret, I've been trying to go through some games that I had started and never actually finished, and going through. I do like the Lego games, and I have been playing the Lego Star Wars Complete Saga.
Nice.
I've played most all the Lego games, gotten 100% on all of them, so
Whew,
I've been-
that's some work.
It is. Every Lego game I've ever played, I've gotten all achievements for him. So,
Wow.
and I've done Indiana Jones and Pirates of the Caribbean and The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings and Batman 1 and Batman 2 and all those. So,
Nice.
I've only gotten 100% completion on one game, and that was Wolfenstein 3D.
Wolfenstein, I remember when you told us.
There was like 9 achievements.
Talking about that, 100% achievements on Avatar: The Last Airbender on the 360.
All
That takes
5
like-
achievements.
That takes like 3 seconds. That I don't have. I do not have that one, but
I could let you borrow it.
let's get right back.
Great cartoon, by the way. The game sucked, but the cartoon was good.
But other than that, I've been playing the usual with Chris. We've been doing Halo Wars 2,
Halo Wars
Dungeon
2.
Defenders, Far Cry 4. I'm trying to get into that. I'm not as far as he is, so when we try to do stuff co-op, if he joins me, then he can help me more than I can help him, because I haven't unlocked a lot of the guns and stuff yet, so he did help me do all the hunting, because I hate hunting, so I hate killing animals in a video game.
Aw.
So I'm gonna jump in here on that Far Cry.
Okay.
So that's a game that I didn't realize it was as co-op. It's pretty much the entire game is co-op. The way I read it was just going to be certain spots that it was co-op, but pretty much the entire game is co-op.
The whole game's co-op except for the story mode stuff. And there is a
Right,
point
so I
when
didn't
you will
realize that.
hit, if you don't do the story, then because part of the island's cut off, and you have to do like the story to unlock the bridge or whatever it is. So if you don't do that, eventually
so-
you will complete everything. Because me and Andrew did that. We completed everything. Every fortress, every camp, liberated everything. And then we were like, well, I don't know what to do now. So
Well, that's the point I'm at right now, is to progress the story, because I've discovered every place, found every collectible, I've done every bell tower, I've done every fortress in southern Karat. you can't unlock the bridge until you play through the story, which is what I'm doing right now. But I didn't realize it, else I would have not played ahead. This was more Borderlands like than I thought. So I was kind of bummed, but I know she wasn't because she's not quite as into it as I was hoping she would be getting because it was kind of slow starting.
Yeah, it's a little boring right now.
Yeah, I agreed, but when I pushed through, I kind of got hooked. 3 hours, doing one outpost because I wanted to do it without being detected and memorizing patterns and walk paths and like scooting over here and so I've had every gun unlocked for quite some time. I just have nothing to spend money on right now, and I have 47 skill points accumulated that I have nothing to spend. The last couple of things that you do in the story.
Right.
I'm really surprised how much I've enjoyed it. So I think Far Cry 5 is going to be a get for me.
Oh yeah, looking forward to that one definitely. Chris, what else you been playing?
Well, strike it, say it. Agent M and I were doing Halo Wars 2, and what was it? I think 14 leaders is the count now that they've added.
Yeah.
14?
We only had, yeah.
It's a total of 14 leaders right now.
There's a,
Jesus.
and might I add that each leader has a completely unique set of powers and has unique units that they can use, and even adding unique things to the bases. So it's not just the leader and the leader powers. It's the game completely, and depending on who you pick. They've pretty much gone with every type of unit. There's a Hellbringer, there's Spartans, there's Banished. They've got just one of everything. The last one that they just updated, did the update last week, was a Grunt. There's a Grunt that is now one of the leaders, and Yap the Destroyer is his name.
Yap the Destroyer?
Yap the Destroyer.
Okay, that sounds like
his
you made that
name.
up.
But Agent M found Serena from Halo Wars 1 is now a leader you can play, and is very Anders-like in a lot of ways from the original. She's found a new favorite character, and I was not a fan of Sergeant Johnson as a leader, but combined together, they kind of wreck some shop. I'm not gonna lie. I would not play I would not play as Sergeant Johnson. I was just playing alone. I would actually pick a different character. I like the Banished characters a lot more than this. I like the fact that they've been doing that, and I'm looking forward to the fall DLC where they're going to be adding the Terminus firefight, which is basically right now firefights only in blitz mode, but they're adding a firefight where you can play Halo Wars 2 like we're doing it now. Like you'll build a base, you'll build up defenses, you'll build up armies, and you're gonna just try to survive the onslaught of. I'm looking very much, I'm very much looking forward to that. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. So and I will add, these 14 characters are all included in the deals in the season pass. All these characters we've gotten, I feel like some people are already fussing because this new DLC is going to be like $19.99 or something like that. You're going to have to pay for this DLC and coming up in the fall. But I feel like this is one of those few DLCs where, okay, I feel like I've already gotten my season pass worth. I mean, like I said, we have 14 leaders to choose from with unique powers, unique abilities, unique units. So I feel like the season pass has been well worth whatever money I paid for it.
And we did get new campaign missions with one of these leaders. Was it Serena?
Yes. Yeah, it was Serena. They added 2 new campaign missions.
Is it
So
safe to
that's been a lot.
download now? The updates?
Yes,
'Cause I haven't.
the glitch has been fixed. I got my stuff back, which I was not happy. about that. I think I voiced my opinion about that in a previous podcast.
Yeah.
So
At least you got
it's been
everything back.
nice because I went through a couple of months without playing Halo Wars 2 until then, which was sad because I enjoy the game, but I've had a lot more fun playing. You know,
I might have to download it then.
So, Agent, Zoom Demon. I'm staring at. Try this again. Zoom, what have you been playing?
Pretty much one game, Dead by Daylight.
God, Dead by Daylight.
Still.
no.
It's a great game. Highly recommend. Even though it's pretty much the same game type, every game's different, and a lot of our recent matches have been very close. Either a survivor doesn't get out just barely, or a killer manages to get everyone at the last second. So it's been really fun. Highly recommend that game. If you can stomach the horror, gore, bloody part of it,
Yeah.
it's actually pretty fun.
It's a fun game.
Which one is Dead by Daylight again?
It's
The
the
one where
4
you're.
versus 1. Yeah, you're 4
Oh,
survivors.
is that the one where the guy with the meat hooks?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's pretty cool.
It's a great game.
Nice.
It's it is one of those things that each match is different because you don't know how the killer is gonna act or treat, even though it's the same premise. But it's a simple concept
Okay.
to figure out, and I mean, it's always fun too, like when you're yelling at each other because you're like, "Why did you bring him to me?" And then you hear someone yell like, "I didn't know you were there," and then next thing you know, you're dead, and then you're yelling at them. It's fun. Pretty sure I yelled at
That
Raw a
sounds
couple
like
times
it.
the other night when we were playing.
Yeah.
And, they actually got,
Matchmaking seems to be better. Yeah.
yeah, they just pushed it. They're gonna push a new patch. Some new DLCs getting ready to come out for it. I think within the
I
next
saw
week
that.
or two.
I think a new killer.
A new killer, actually 2 new killers, because they did a lullaby about the dark and some crazy like chick that wears a bunny mask. From what I could tell, I
Yeah.
don't know how she works, but and then also they're coming out with Halloween DLC, so you'll be able to play as Michael Myers.
Awesome.
So that is coming. His special is like he can stalk and it starts playing the music, so that's pretty cool. When he's
So
like
the
chasing you.
heartbeat?
Yeah, we'll do the yeah, you'll start hearing the music, and then when he starts
Tubular
doing the
bells.
and you know, like when he's chasing you, you get that like chase music. When most of the
Yeah,
killers
yeah.
chase you, when Michael Myers is chasing you, it plays the Halloween music
That's awesome.
instead of the standard. I'm pretty sure that's what it does. I know you definitely hear the music quite a bit when he's near you and stuff along those lines. So I'll come back to play that.
Oh yeah. I'm sure I'll still be playing it by the time when that DLC comes out.
And then swinging around to me, because I think that's all you had to play. Correct?
Well, I've been also playing Trials Fusion.
Oh right.
Games with Gold released. And I've never played a Trials game before, and so it's
And
my
you
first time
love it.
playing through, and it's I was doing fine the first few chapters, but this most recent one, oh my god, I didn't realize there was a time limit on completing the track, and it's apparently 30 minutes, and I barely got to the end of the track at 29 minutes 50 seconds. It's called Icebreaker. I just did it like probably 2 hours ago. Apparently you
is
can
that
only
one of the,
fall
like-
250 times.
Are you doing
I'm
like
not
is
sure
that
if
like
you
the
played it
extreme
because
one?
your name's out on the.
I probably if it's one of
Yeah,
the extreme ones,
It's not extreme.
if it's even one of the hard ones,
It's
I probably
hard.
didn't even bother.
Yeah, your name's not even on the leaderboard, so I don't think you've even tried it.
Yeah, I probably skipped that.
300 tries in 29 minutes and 50 seconds, just under the time limit. And that's where I was like, I don't think I'm gonna play this game anymore.
And I'm
So
good on
frustrating.
easy. I'm good on easy. I'm good on medium. And hard I don't do, because then you have to start like figuring out the bunny hop stuff with the other bikes,
Yeah,
and
bunny
I can't
hops
do
and then
those.
these vertical ramps, and I was getting so frustrated. When I saw when I was near the end and my time was running out, I was gonna cry if I didn't make it in time, because I'd have to do that whole track all over again.
You can bail across the finish line if you're close enough.
I can what?
Bail?
Bail across the finish line?
Yeah. It's
didn't
like
try that.
Y. You'll launch in that direction, and then you can, if you cross the finish line, you'll. But the problem is if you, then you have to restart the whole track. So.
Oh no.
So you gotta be careful.
Tim, I will tell you, I downloaded it and Terry's been playing it, and he thinks it's the coolest thing because it shows the shadows, so it will do the Ghost Riders.
Yeah.
So your name's popped up, and I told him it was you. So he thinks he's racing you now.
Nice.
That's cool.
She's racing the tracks, and he thinks it's the funniest thing because he's talking some serious shit about you. I'm just saying. Just saying. Like he's getting professional at this level. Like he's just like, oh yeah, Tim, you like that? You like that? Oh, he not does, Tim. You like that, huh? You like the rear view? Yeah. I'm like,
Thing.
Please record that.
oh my god, I have to, yeah.
I want to see that video, please. Oh man, now I'm gonna have to play Trials Fusion now. I gotta reset some scores apparently.
Yeah, I've beaten a few of yours.
Probably. Some of them I set and it never went back. So
That's true.
the ones that have like really good scores on that was from the tag games like 2 years ago, where I was just like hardcore about it and trying to make sure and get the perfect flip and land at the exact angle and hating life because I kept crashing and having to restart it because you got to do it in a perfect run to get a good time.
Right. Yeah,
But-
this last track made me want to quit the game for good.
I don't blame you. Alright, so I have played a little bit of Dead by Daylight with Zoom. And then I did something crazy and I bought a gaming PC because I just wanted to play PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds really, really badly. So, I have now been a PC gamer for about the last 3 weeks. And
For one game.
basically for one game. But that game is amazing. That game is so good. It's just really intense, just the whole landing and then trying to find your finding the weaponry that you need, and it's scary when you land in the same area as somebody else. And so then you like take off running. Had one time where I landed and right next to a guy, ran up to him and tried to punch him. He ran inside the house. He grabbed a gun, so then I ran away. And he came after me, but my buddy Dunk had a gun, so he scared the guy back into the house. So I ran to another house, found a shotgun, came back to that house, opened the door. He was crouched on the other side of the door, and I shotgunned him in the face.
Okay, Katniss.
It was great. And I had another one where I came up on a guy, and I don't think he knew anyone was in there, and so he might have been like checking his menus or his inventory or something, and I walked in the house. It was right when we first landed. And he was standing there, so I run up behind him to start punching him in the back of the head. And so then he freaks out and turns around. I punched him and got him knocked down, and so I just crouched next to him and just started like going all UFC on him, punching him, just crouched next to him, punched him in the head until I beat him to death. So there's stuff like that. It's really cool, and but still we're still working our way to try and be one of the last, to be the last team standing. We're getting there. It took me a good 2 to 3 hours of gameplay before I finally got my first kill, because trying to aim with a mouse is effing difficult. For me. It's like I've been nothing but a console gamer, so trying to use a mouse and keyboard has been a learning curve. So that's when I bought I was looking up Portal because I was trying to think of something that uses for like aiming with a mouse that I wouldn't have to worry about being shot at. So I was like, well, let's look up Portal, and they actually had both Portals for like $20. So actually, I also played the first Portal, and I beat the first Portal. And so my aiming and stuff with the mouse is getting better. But yeah, I've been having fun. Something new to do.
Nice.
I'm excited to see when it comes to the Xbox how much better I'll do when it comes like with a mouse or with a controller.
Yeah, when is it? When is that supposed to hit?
They're saying late 2017 now, so I'm gonna guess December.
Next year.
Okay.
It's gonna hit early access. Um, I think they're really planning on it being 2017 because it's not gonna be like a full release. Like it's gonna be early, like their early access, which is what it is technically on Steam, even though they've sold 8 million copies.
Kind of like when I paid $60 for Fortnite and I got the early access to a game that's going to be free to play.
Yep, in a year. So it's so it should be coming early access. I'm assuming it'd be the same thing. So the fact that PUBG is only $30 is hopefully it'll be that price on Xbox. If it is, then I'm going to recommend everybody gets the game, and it will sell buku things. But it will be interesting to see. I'm excited. So Chris, what's your thoughts on Fortnite?
I have not given Fortnite. I was very excited for this game, and I've played it one time because I'm still kind of angry about it because I had no idea it was like the beta form, and that's exactly what it is. If you buy it, it's $59.99. It's in the store. It doesn't say on the disc, on the box, anywhere about it being not a complete game. But when you get in the game, it's not a complete game.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard people saying and raving about it though, so that they love it.
Well, I'm angry at it. Now, once I've calmed down about it, like I said, I was very excited for it. I'm just really angry right now, and I'm getting ready to start Final Fantasy 15 because I've been holding off, and I'm going to try to get into that this week while I'm still got a couple of days off before I go back to work. So I want to get into Final Fantasy 15. I will have more to talk about that later because that's one I don't really want to play by myself. That's one that Agent M is going to have to help me with because it looks the potential. Agent M, what did you say? The potential was there when you saw it?
Yes.
It never fails.
I like his helmet.
Yeah.
It's like a pumpkin.
I don't appreciate you squatting in my face, dude. Please.
Lap dance.
Oh.
Oh, everyone gets one. Everyone.
Chris. Oh, this is so wrong. This is so wrong. Oh crap.
Bert, you haven't got any love yet.
No. No, I haven't.
Oh.
Oh. Nope. Nope.
Oh, there you go, Bert.
There you go. There you
Here
go.
we go. Oh yeah.
This is where I send this person a
I've
message and be
heard
like,
that,
be on the lookout that you'll be on a podcast.
I've heard that Fortnite it has like these massive skill trees or stuff like that, and I've actually heard that they don't really do anything for you. There's like all kinds of stuff for you to like trick out your character and stuff, and they pretty much just don't do anything. I don't know if that's true or not because I haven't played it. And
I've heard though that the same
The
thing
only
with
people
like, the skill tree stuff was like you fill out the tree, but it actually like you have to fill out everything before you unlock like the next level in the next tree. So it's kind of pointless in the fact that you just basically are unlocking everything for no reason. So
okay.
it's weird in that
Yeah.
sense. And I think because you guys have the $60 version, you'll have like you have everything that will come with the game. Whereas like the free-to-play stuff, that's when you'll be paying for whatever skins or weapons or building materials or whatever it is that you're going to need or to unlock. So.
Yeah, it's just the way this whole thing came about was, like I said, had I known it, or I'm not saying I wouldn't have still bought it. I probably would have bought it. It's just I was unaware of the way this was going to go down, and like if you like, I'm looking at the game right now, the case of it, and I'm like, there is nothing until we installed the game, and then it came up with a message about the beta, and that we're basically playing the beta as it was installing, and I was like,
yeah, it has like,
sound
so
right.
it just has the menu, like it has like an overlay or something like that, doesn't it? Like saying that this is beta, early access, whatever. But they never explain that, which is weird.
There's nothing on the box. That's insane. There's nothing on the box that says it either, and I'm like, okay, I'm confused. And the fact that it was $59.99 less, you know what I mean? If this was not a complete game, you would think it would be a little bit something different.
Yeah, it is weird that they charge like full price for that. Some that's early access, basically. But anyways, anybody else? Did anybody else pre-order Call of Duty? Sorry, changing.
I was gonna say the only four people I know of that. Actually, sorry, take that back. There's 6 people on my friends list that I know of that have Fortnite, and 4 of them have played it once and never again. So I don't know what that means.
Back to it. Like I said, I spent $59.99 on it, but I'm gonna come back to it. I was just very angry, and there's other things to play, and then Far Cry got me hooked and hooked hard, where I was doing every single mission. I want to throw out there again. I don't think Far Cry gave you a lot of missions. I think not to complete them all. I think it was just to give you variety. Because I absolutely am enjoying it. It just took a while. Now I'm just going through the story.
Have you liberated your first camp by just shooting out and letting out the tiger, and that's it?
I just found Shangri-La as well, so I'm doing those missions, which I like that as well. The fact that there's missions that take you to the Himalayas, which give you the snowy peaks. You have to find oxygen masks pretty much on some of the missions. It gives it a little bit different setting, different flavor, and then same thing with you're playing as a different character. You're playing with using a tiger, using a bow, a different kind of time-bending bow. So it's just kind of different. And I kind of like those breaks in the game.
And it's hard to talk like this. This dude's just dancing in front of you.
Well, he just sent me a message.
I like his little dance.
I just have to speak up since the last podcast. Chris also has a new baby, so.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
I
do.
Congratulations.
This is my
I have a
first
new
podcast
niece.
having 2 kids.
Watch out now.
And my first having a third niece, fourth niece nephew.
Yes.
So
We're on ×4 now.
I am.
Well, congratulations.
Congrats, Chris.
Thank you.
At some point, I'll be back to actually meet the baby in person.
Sure you will.
At some point. Jeez, Cassie. Chill. Cassie's getting mad at me. If you pre-order Call of Duty, the beta for Call of Duty is
Who's doing this Call of Duty?
It is
Sledgehammer, isn't
Sledgehammer.
it?
Yeah, it's Sledgehammer.
Okay.
So it's the ones that did Advanced Warfare, the one that had Kevin Spacey, which I actually liked that campaign. Hated the multiplayer. But this one, since they're going to World War II, I just watched a gameplay video like while we were setting up, and it was pretty interesting seeing like, you know, it's the carbine and stuff along those lines, and there's no wall running, no crazy jumping or anything, so kind of takes
Yeah.
it
Well,
back to
if it's
old school
if
way
it's
of things.
not, I would not be opposed to getting it then. I've just been so turned off, except for Black Ops 3 and even the Black Ops 3 multiplayer. I'm like, I long for the days of Modern Warfare. I enjoyed Modern Warfare's multiplayer, and I had a chance at it. After that, just no. It's just too much memorization, too much. I mean, there's always going to be that, but the wall running just makes me sick to my stomach watching.
Yeah. Fun random story about Modern Warfare, the first one. I remember when I was late to the party getting that game, because I played the beta so much. And so there was one match I was playing with Chris, and like he way outscored me. I only had like 7 kills or something like that, and it was because it was a map I'd never seen before. And then the next game we played a map that was from the beta that I played like way too much of, and I had like 30-something kills.
37 kills.
And Chris was
I
just like,
remember.
Tim, what the hell? How did you do that? And I was like, well, I played this map literally probably, there was only 2 maps in the beta, and I had like 15 to 20 hours of just the beta. So it's like I played a lot of that, like 2 maps, so I knew that map really well. So that was really funny, where it's just like this drastic change from like map I didn't know to map I knew. And
Yeah, I think that was the point where I was.
that released on Xbox One solo now. The remaster.
The remastered one, yeah.
Yeah, but they still want $40 for the thing, which is way too much. But that's Activision. So, sorry, Chris, what were you going to say before I cut you off?
I said that's when I realized, oh well, here's another Halo. There was a few glimmers of hope that I'm like, I could hang. Nah, no, never mind.
You could hang. You didn't say you had to outscore me. And Chris, you were a witness to my best game I ever had. In the original Black Ops. My 93 kills and 6 deaths.
Oh my god.
93?
Yeah, I sent you that video, didn't I?
I don't know.
Okay, well, I'll have to send you that video. It's on my YouTube channel. It was, we were playing Domination, and I managed to get on a run where I got the attack dogs twice, and I got the chopper gunner twice, and it was on Nuketown, so they really had nowhere to go.
Oh man.
They'd spawn outside, I'd kill them with the
Small map.
chopper. They'd run inside, my dogs would run inside and kill them. It was great. I went ballistic in that game. And haven't done since. My best game in Black Ops 3 was that one where I went 51-2. And Zoom, you were there for that one.
Yeah.
Because they kept running at my Cerberus. Blindly.
Doing
I
your
don't understand.
Cerberuses.
So that's coming out for 3 weeks. What, 2 weeks? How many weeks, Chris?
Ooh, 19 days.
19 days? Is it really that long? Can't be that long. Oh yeah, I guess it is.
September 6th.
Yeah,
19
okay.
days, 1 hour, 7 minutes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Bert. Oh, yeah, okay. Is that a Wednesday? That's weird.
Tuesday night, yes. Tuesday night at midnight. Technically.
So
I've
18
had some
days.
Had some
7
varying stories from the GameStop idiots about whether or not they're going to release it early, since we can't get verse, but we can install the game, because they did that with the last 2 DLCs, with Rise of Iron and The Taken King, they actually, different stores released it like 9, 10 o'clock. Just let it go because they were server locked.
Yeah.
And one guy says that because it's other stuff in it that you're not going to be able to get it till midnight. The other guy's like, well, I think Nora's doing the same thing. She's gotten the runaround, so nobody any GameStop around here can give us a straight answer. So I won't know for sure whether or not we can get it early or not. Because I'm planning on working Tuesday, getting off work, enjoying some all-you-can-eat chicken tenders with H&M, and then getting the game.
Very nice. I like that plan.
Did I mention we're doing H&M? I just want to make sure we're on the same page with that.
I'm not sure that I was aware of that.
Apparently he made your plans.
Yes,
You are now.
we have dinner. Dinner plans.
As long as you aren't expecting H&M to pay for you.
Yeah, I got mine pre-ordered. That was the one where I said where it's like when I bought my house, I got a gift card for $500 from Wells Fargo, but it was one of those credit cards, gift cards that like Visas that only works in certain stores, and one of them happened to be GameStop. So I went in there and was like, let's see if this works, and paid off my Destiny, and it worked. So I was like, well, okay, well we're just gonna go ahead and pre-order Madden and Assassin's Creed and Call of Duty and Battlefront 2. I fully paid them off. So, which Madden comes out this week too. Bert, are you getting Madden?
Probably not. I probably won't get another one until next year at the earliest.
This one apparently has a pretty cool story mode called Long Shot.
Yeah, I heard that you start at like high school and you go through high school and college and you find out whether you're good enough.
Yeah, it's some supposed to
Seems
story mode. It's
interesting.
like 2 or 3 hours long, and it's just like choices and everything. Like you don't really play football games or
Okay.
anything. It's more like you're at the combine and it'll be like, do you do this or do that, and showing how to
Okay.
throw your passes and stuff along those lines. And then you're draft graded and stuff. So it looks cool.
And then you get signed then you get drafted by the Browns and immediately retire. Okay, that's bad.
They'll win a game this year. They might win a couple of games. The Jets, on the other hand, I don't.
Hey, they got Josh McCown.
Yeah. And he's throwing to who?
The other team.
Defense.
That's not gonna win you games.
Boy. True.
Anyways, anybody had any final thoughts? Anything else they wanted to talk about, discuss?
No, I think I'm pretty good.
Yeah, I had a final thought like last week. Had something I wanted to mention or ask you all about, but I cannot for the life of me remember what it is now. It wasn't anything to do with I think current games. I think it was something to do with like games in the past, but I can't remember what it was. If I remember it, I'll write it down or put it in the podcast chat.
Yeah. Write it down too, because we'll talk in a month. So
Yeah.
I'll forget that. And it's going to be the Destiny
Anybody
2
else
podcast.
notice that Metal Blade 85 is on the Xbox app?
Of course he is.
He's late.
Anyways,
Maybe
alright.
he thought you meant
I did not
Pacific
mean
time.
Pacific time, no. I knew we were going with that. Okay.
Have
Alright.
you and I talked before?
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's end this the way we normally do. Oh, I fell down the hall.
Oh,
Gotta do our
what?
dance party. Dance party.
Oh.
Get your groove on, everybody. And that is going to be it for this episode. If you want to follow us on Twitter, it's VAHOMA_podcast. I am VAH_Annihilator. Chris is Hank Nova 316. Bert is MudDauber24, and Agent M and Zoom do not have Twitter. You can find all our stuff on VAHOMAPodcast.com, where you can find all our stuff there. Yeah, we try and stream quite a bit, so you can follow us on Mixer, which is where we can do some co-op streams. I know Zoom and I have a tendency to do Dead by Daylight. When we're both on at the same time, we'll co-stream it. So you can give us a follow on there. And watch us try and scream and yell at each other and try not to die. And
It's very entertaining to watch this.
it actually is really fun to watch that game. So, on that note, thank you for listening. We appreciate it. Bye.
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 Bye.